So normally I'd say hello class, um, but of course I'm just presenting in video format and not to the class. So hello, sir. Welcome to my presentation. And for my presentation, I am presenting on the River Euphrates by the Pixies. I really hope we didn't present on this in class. I don't think we did. I have no recollection of us doing anything in class with the River Euphrates. I remember Where's My Mind, but not this. So, but yeah, I decided to go with the song because, of course, I didn't think that we presented it, and I didn't see it anywhere in Omnivox, so only on the syllabus. So I think I'm good there. But I decided to present on this because I'm like a huge fan of Fight Club. It's like my second favorite movie of all time, and I love the song "Where Is My Mind." Um, it's a it's like a happy song for me. I really like that song, and so. But I realized I never really I don't really know who the Pixies are. I never listened to any of their other songs. I only know "Where's My Mind." So I was like, okay, the Pixies on the syllabus, and I don't think this was presented, so I might as well choose this. I want to get to learn the Pixies and listen to some of their stuff, and so I thought this would be a great song to choose and hopefully uh, widen my horizon on their music, and surfer rock in general, which I'm not too familiar with. Um, Also, like I'm a huge like anthropology nerd, and like that's what I'm going into in university next semester, anthropology. So like as soon as I saw River Euphrates, like immediately connected it to Mesopotamia, ancient Mesopotamia, and like the Tigris and Euphrates River. So I was like, okay, I need to do it on this. So yeah. So before we dive into any kind of analysis, I just wanted to add a bit of context to the song and to the band itself. So the band The Pixies was formed in 1986 as a surfer rock band in Boston, Massachusetts. Which I find kind of strange because you'd think for a surfer rock band they'd be on like either the east or west coast of the United States, um, and like right next to either the Pacific or Atlantic Ocean. You'd think like California or something, but no, they were formed in Boston, which I found funny. But they only ever they made their first album in 1988, 2 years later, which I also found interesting. And on that album, it was called Surfer Rosa, and on that album is the River Euphrates, and it's the sixth song on the album, and it comes right before the main single in the song "Where's My Mind," which of course everyone knows. And the song was written by Black Francis, who was the lead singer and guitar player of the band. And along with Black Francis, the band also includes Kim Deal, who's the bass player, Joey Santiago, who is the lead guitarist of the band, and David Lungering, who is on the drums. And so essentially, um, the song tells a story of a man who is traveling through the Middle East, and all along up and along the River Euphrates. But also, I noticed during the album during the song, and I'll definitely dive into this more, as I think it's a very common theme throughout the album itself, is that it has very sexual undertones and a lot of sexual innuendo throughout the song, which I think correlates well to the punk genre, as I find sexual expression is a huge part of the punk genre, as we've learned throughout the course this semester. And I find I immediately picked up on this, and it was very obvious to see. Um, Also, you can see, just if I go back now to the main uh, the poster for Surfer Rosa, it's very sexual. It features a woman with her shirt off and her breasts out, and like it seems to be the room is almost collapsing around her. The wallpaper's being torn off, and there's notably a crucifix on the wall, which I find very interesting, and also a guitar seemingly stuck through the wall, like pierced through it. Uh, so like it kind of shows that like everything around her is being destroyed, but she is there gracefully, like owning her body, and she seems, she almost looks like a ballet dancer in the way that she looks so graceful, which I find very interesting. Okay, so to open with some lyrical analysis, or even just song analysis, the song instantly opens up with a very strong bass line, and it sounds like really like good, like I think it's a really good bass line, and it also opens with a distorted guitar riff. So you hear this guitar, but it's really raunchy and distorted, and it doesn't sound very good in a way, unlike the bass line, which I find is very cool. But together they almost make this kind of sound that I really like, and it kind of makes you like think like it would be like a really cool song to listen to while going down, Hollywood Boulevard or something in a convertible or something. And so uh, you definitely get a sense of that surfer rock instantly right out of the gate. And so then it opens with ride, 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 ride in repetition over and over and over again for 7 lines. And it kind of makes you think like, yes, it could just be like, you know, in reference to the man who's traveling along the Euphrates River, just going in a car, obviously, because it sounds like, as I just described before, you almost want to like ride down you almost want to like listen to the song while riding in a convertible with the roof down and everything, and wind blowing in your hair with shades on. So it can be in reference to that, but I also think it could be a sexual innuendo, as to riding, you know. Um, and I definitely think that's prevalent throughout the entire song with the whole idea of riding. Um, and then it goes into our first verse where it says stuck here out of gas. And then also that can go with from driving too fast. So stuck here to gas from driving too fast. I definitely think that's a quite obvious reference to premature ejaculation. Um, just from going too fast and then ending up ejaculating. Um, I think that's quite obvious. And then out here on the Gaza Strip, which of course the Gaza Strip is a location in Palestine, which is right near where the Euphrates Strip is located, kind of a bit, kind of close. Um, and also, I feel like that could also reference possibly a vagina, um, of course, because it's sex, or maybe like a pubic hair in a way, with like a strip of hair. Um, I definitely think those are very possible reasons. And then the next line, "Let's ride the tiger down the river Euphrates." Let's ride the tiger, repeated 3 times. And you could definitely see an afro with that because of "Let's ride" starts literally 6 times in a row. Um, the the lyrics are kind of questioned here. Almost everywhere I search up, I see "Ride the Tire" instead. But then if you go on the Pixies official website, it says "Ride the Tiger." And in the song, I feel like you can hear it kind of flip flop. So it might just be "Let's ride the or "Let's ride the tire," and then switch to "Let's ride the tiger." I definitely hear both when I'm actually listening to the song. But I decided to go "Let's Ride the Tiger" because that was on the official website. And also, I feel like it makes more sense within context of the song because we're talking about sexual innuendo here and such. And from the research that I've done, "Ride the Tiger" means to have sex with an Asian person. Um, so it definitely could mean that. To have sex with an Asian person, seeing as they are in Asia, in the Euphrates River, which is located in Asia. Um, and, I just think it's definitely more plausible that it's "Ride the Tiger," especially since it's on their website and all. Even if it is "Ride the Tire," that could be less sexual, and more referring to the actual song of the person riding his car, uh, or his tire down the Euphrates River and exploring and having a great time. And for the rest of the analysis, we can see for the second verse and the last verse, you see it says, "Dead Sea, make me float." I don't think there's really too much deep meaning into that or anything, or hidden sexual innuendo for that specifically. I think it just refers to the Dead Sea, which of course is right near the Euphrates River in the Middle East. And of course, it's has a very high salt content, the Dead Sea, and so you're able to like float on it and stuff, which by the way sounds really cool. I would love to do that one day. um, and then the next line says, "One sip from the salty wine, Dead Sea make you choke." I really think this could be referring to such things such as like semen. Again, going with the um, sexual context of the entire uh, song that I've been uh, kind of arguing so far. I believe that, you know, salty wine make you choke. That kind of really sounds like it's referring to seminal fluid and someone swallowing that or something, and something to do with blowjobs and stuff. I don't know. Maybe that's just, my teenage brain thinking. And then it starts with 2-3. Um, just says that there. That could be referring to, the rounds of sex that's going on or something like that, or just a complete throwaway. I don't know, throwaway line. That's entirely possible as well. And then it ends with let's ride the tiger down the Euphrates River, or down the River Euphrates. Um, Once again, and I also think what I forgot to mention before is that ride the tiger down. Why I think it's also the tiger and not the tires, because it could be referring to also the Tigris River as well. How the Euphrates and Tigris River are right next to each other. That could be very possible. Um, and it just makes more sense for me to me to be the tiger or a tiger down the Euphrates River rather than tire. But again, tire works too. And then the song finishes with "Ride a Tiger." So yeah, I think this song um, was a good one. I really liked it. I really enjoyed listening to the song and exploring the lyrical analysis stuff, even though it was quite sexual. But I think that's also why I chose it, because it works so well with the theme of the course. We think of everything we've learned so far, and a lot of it has to do with sex. You think of I believe it was Vivienne Westwood's shop that she opened up in England with the whole shop that just said sex. I believe it was her, anyways. I could be totally mistaken, but that shop that literally just said sex on it, and how the whole punk genre opened up um, this whole new way of sexual exploration for youth in both the United States, England, Canada, all over the world, whoever listened to punk, and it made everyone more sexually explorative, which I think is healthy in society. Um, and so I just thought that this song, I thought, surfer rock, you could classify it as. I think it really did help exemplify and display what punk is, in a sense. Um, and so yeah, the song then ends with "Ride a Tiger" in the end, and again, it's just repetition of the line, "Let's ride a tiger." Um, but yeah, so that's my video, the lyrical analysis. Sir, I just wanted to thank you very much for being so understanding and allowing me to submit it quite late in the semester. I really apologize for that. I've just been so busy with things like work and other assignments, but especially my own job right now and just life in general has just been very hard for me. So I really appreciate you hanging in there and just letting me take my time with this. I really, really appreciate it. Um, and this class was just a blast. I love just coming to class and just chilling. The time slot, 3:30 to 5:30, kind of sucked, but like I loved going to class and just listening to music with you in the class. And I think it was a really fun class, and I definitely think you should continue teaching it. So thank you very much, sir. Have a wonderful summer. I know I will. And yeah, good luck in the future.